man. I was thinking about like the rehab situations for some people and how like in America it's fucked. Like if you don't have good insurance, even if you wanted to go to a rehab out of state, if you have certain insurance, it's like it's the worst. And it's just shitty. It's shitty. Like for a lot of people they want help and can't get help unless they get a scholarship, which is so not the easiest thing to do, you know. So just thinking. I was reading up on the like news about shit in Florida. Man, people are fucking crazy in Florida, bro. And guy tried to rob a fucking gas station with an alligator. Swear to God. Dude tried to rob like a gas station with an alligator. I've never heard of anything like that. Where you like pull the alligator out and you're like, freeze, motherfucker. Empty the register. Or he's gonna bite the shit out of you. I wonder how that happened, like how that went down. It's pretty crazy, huh? Just enjoying Saturday, y'all. Chilling. Not doing a whole lot. Relaxing today. Derek's relaxing. I think he's gonna do a few reactions and shit. But I was talking to him, and I think later on we're gonna tell a story about some shit. We're gonna have a story time. One of our stories we haven't told y'all. We'll think of one. It'll be crazy. Six, seven. No kidding, huh? 6, 7. Yeah, story time, dude. Like, yeah, I'll do it with D, dude. We'll do we'll do it from his damn Mac, so it's hella clean and shit. You know what I mean? It'll be cool. So, but yeah, we'll do a live stream. You know what I'm saying? We'll say some shit, talk about some shit. Y'all don't know, y'all haven't heard of, because there's a couple of them. So it's not to glorify or anything. It's just to tell you some of the shit we went through. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, absolutely, Big Brother. Hilarious. Oh my God, bro. Some of the shit. I remember Derek as a little kid. We're riding bikes. And we're like hitting this turn, and there's this truck coming down the road. There's no stop sign. Derek turns into the fucking truck and gets hit by the truck, basically. We were like 11, 12 years old. And he got scraped up a little bit, but fucking, he literally slammed straight into this truck on the road, bro. And fucking fell over and shit right in front of me, bro. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, bro. It was a retractable safety needle. And I'm shooting him up with steroids. And it fucking, I hear this, because it retracted. I didn't know. I thought it shot. Needle was gone, bro. I was like, what? What? Thought I shot a needle in his ass, bro. That's crazy. And there's so many more, too. Derek was more of an alcoholic than I never really drank like that. He did. We were in Afghanistan, and one time some people would chip in alcohol, and sometimes they would break inside the box, and we'd catch it. We'd have to throw the shit away. Derek fucking kept the broken liquor bottle with some liquor in it to drink later because he wanted to drink so bad over there. I remember that shit. That was a long time ago. But yeah, that's like, so he had issues too. Yeah, for sure. He was limping, bro, but nothing was in his ass, but he thought it was. So he's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was crazy. Derek was different. Happy Saturday. Thank you. Thank you, SW. Ken. Tell us more about Afghanistan. Oof. Okay. Um, they live in like little mud huts. Bagram in Afghanistan was an old Russian base. And the old Russian base had still a bunch of landmines and shit. So they were still demining it till the day we left, just about. Trying to open up bigger areas of the base because Bagram was like the main base, FOB, forward operating base you went into through Afghanistan. And so it had a flight line. C-17, C-130s, fighter jets, Marine, all of it. Black Hawks, helicopters. It was pretty strategic how they had that shit set up. It was no joke. And it was surrounded by fucking mountains, dude. I'm talking about mountains 10 to 12,000 feet tall. You're like in this big ass flat bowl, kind of like how they have Area 51 and shit. You know, like that Salt Lake that was dried out like a bed. Like they had some shit like that. And of course, they paved the fucking flight line, which when we'd get hit with mortars, even in Bagram, which it wasn't as often, they would always try to aim for the flight line to hit our like aircrafts and fucking the flight line to make it so you couldn't take off. And they're always trying to sabotage shit over there. Well, even some of the places on the base had old poisons from when the Russians left, when they tried to invade the Gulf War and shit like that. And was it Russian? Yeah, I think it was Russian. They left a bunch of poison on the base, so they had to depoison everything and shit too. So some places you couldn't even go. It had fucking barbed wire saying landmines in the fucking field. Don't walk over here, which is fucking crazy. And they had two little special forces like Green Beret bases on the base itself, but that had a gate. It's also itself. And my dad was retired 7th group, and so the medic that was there for 5th group special forces knew my dad, Doc Juan Rios, and then damn, I forgot the other guy's name. Awesome people. And bro, when I needed something, bro, I didn't have to use my orders that I got from my company I was working with to go to the hospital. I would have to go to the hospital, and it was fucking basic, bro. But with this guy, I just tell him what's going on. If I needed anything, he would give it to me, which is crazy to think, bro, because it was nothing like I've ever experienced. I remember I was like, I didn't want to ask him for like Percocet and shit, and him to be like, what the fuck you want Percocet for? So I was like, hey man, you got any Tramadol? They help with my back pain, which I did have some back problems. And he gave me like a bottle of 5,000 Tramadol in Afghanistan. But they feed you like fucking kings over there in the DFAC. If you're off the base, you're eating MREs and shit, bro. Trash. Some of them are good, like the taco one was good. But if you're on a forward operating base, they have a DFAC open almost 24/7. A couple hours in between to like change up the food and set the food out and stuff. But you could always go in there, and they fed you like kings, bro. Like Friday was like steak and lobster or some shit, or shrimp or something. Yeah, the Air Force DFAC was way better. They had like your basic one military contractors, but there's like a smaller one way back in this corner that was like Air Force really, and they had the best shit, bro. The Afghani army does a bunch of shit, bro. They're different. They're different. You know, the people you see the videos where they couldn't do jumping jacks and simple stuff like that because they never have, and it was confusing to them, which is understandable. But they couldn't even do jumping jacks. Those aren't the people we're fighting. Those people were helping us. We were fighting people running up the side of a mountain in tennis shoes, fucking leaning a mortar against a rock and still being able to hit. We use coordinates sometimes and we still miss. These motherfuckers are leaning it up with a rock using a fucking battery to set some charges off and shit and shooting mortars into the base and they hit us. That shit's crazy. They've been doing it for thousands of years and shit though, so they're at war with each other and stuff.
You've got mail.
Just some Afghani shit, bro. You know. Just some Afghani stuff. It was wild though, dude. They had those camel spiders over there. Oh man, but it was as crazy of a place as it was beautiful. Even Bagram, the shitty military base like that, but if you looked outside and looked at the mountains and stuff, man, it was beautiful. And when it snowed too, oh my god. Snow stayed up there almost year round because they were so high, elevated, the mountains, and you're already elevated above sea level too, so the atmosphere, it's different, bro. It's thinner, I think. And it would get cold. It'd be like 110 during the day, negative 15 at night. It was fucking wild. Shit. Yeah, bro, dude, no one's ever invaded Afghanistan and conquered it, ever. People have tried. I think maybe Genghis Khan, maybe, but I'm not sure. Or I don't even think he did. I know people tried, but never have. It's because of the terrain, dude. You're not gonna. And if you infiltrate, whether you're trying to help them or not, if you come into the country of, like, you know, the Middle East, some of them, you're automatically the enemy regardless. Then they become freedom fighters, you know. It's politics, dude. It's stupid. Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm not saying war is like the answer and shit, bro, but it is inevitable and it's gonna happen, man. That's just how it's been. Look at history, bro, and history repeats itself. You know? And it's just a part of it, and it's just crazy because what can be used for good can be used for bad, right? With technology, no matter what. And that's the scary part, bro, is that you got like people like Iran and shit, and we destroyed their military capabilities for a little while. What do you mean? What's that mean? Max, what's that? The guy eats Palantir propaganda like candy? You talking about me? What does that even mean? Of corrupt leaders, though. Most normal people just want to live in peace. Absolutely, I agree with that. I agree with that, yeah. Yeah, but we really fucked shit up in the Middle East, though, in the sense, like, how we went there, and then all the people that helped us, we just dipped out. They have a whole list of everybody who ever worked for us, and the Taliban is executing them all. People are hiding and shit. We really fucking did them dirty, dude. We didn't help them at all. We made shit worse for them. Leaving like we did. But that was insane. I couldn't. Oh my god. Horrible. That was horrible. My buddy was different when he came back home. He had a gun and was shotgun in the car. He only slept with his boots on. Only when I was awake, he'd throw over me all the time. He had a bad case of PTSD, bro. Bad case of PTSD. I remember when I came home, dude, for a little while, I had these nightmares, bro, where I was waking up screaming and shit. My dad busted in the room, and I was standing in the bed, dude, pushing the fucking ceiling. I was getting mortared. Every time in my sleep, I got mortared and pinned in this really tight, confined space, and it fucked me up for a while. And I had dreams, a couple dreams for about like 6 to 8 months, like a handful of them, Sometimes I wouldn't even wake up from them. My mom would be like, "You had a nightmare last night," and I'm like, "How do you know?" She's like, I could hear you screaming." I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" Wouldn't even remember it. So I had a moment where I had some PTSD, but it's went away. I haven't had them for years. I mean, I'll have nightmares, but nothing like that, dude. Where I'm standing up in my fucking sleep, dreaming, standing up. That never happened to me till after Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? But if I haven't had it in fucking a long time. I had other shit going on too, underlining that gave me some bad PTSD shit going on at home, but I'm good now. But some of those guys can never shake that. They can't shake it, and it's horrible. That's a real fucking mental health problem, for sure. Bro, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, those were for real. Even people in the like where when I was in, I started having them in Afghanistan. And fucking, I remember waking up and the guy next to me stayed in B huts with like 6 people in it and was like, "Yo, you all right?" And I wake up to, "Yeah, man, just a nightmare." He's like, "All right." Then the guy who heard that didn't think it was me having the nightmares, thought it was someone else. And we were joking about it, and I had him thinking it was someone else, and and I was laughing my ass off, bro, about it, acting like it wasn't me, but it was still funny as fuck because he was like, "Hey, help, hey," fucking tripping out, bro. You know? Yeah, that was hard times, man. God. We got a hawk circling something over there. Something must be dead. Heck yeah, man. I was thinking about some shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now, like, with the drugs and shit gone, like, what's my underlying issue? What causes me to go back and relapse or fucking use or get back on something or take the next thing and take it too long, abuse it, and withdraw from that? Why do I continue to do that type of shit, right? And I think it stems to, like, when I was a kid. Growing up was, like, at times it was rough and shit like that. And I remember going to doctors, them telling me I had ADD, ADHD, and that I had a learning disability is what they were telling me. So they already implanted in my head I was different, is what I felt like. And I always felt like fucking, I was never good enough about shit, you know, with anything. And I think fucking that was a big problem with it. It's like I always felt less than, you know what I mean? And then other underlining shit on top of it, but I feel like that was a big part. Just pull your shit together. Nah, you just gotta pull your shit together, Hazel. Yeah, they don't really. Man, if you're in the military and you're like mentally unstable, yeah, they'll medevac you probably or something or do something. Maybe depending if you're in the shit. If you're in the middle of nowhere, you probably can't get medevac for like a couple days or a week or so. So you would still just be out there. When I was a kid, I hated drugs. Me too, alcohol, because my mom was young and liked to party. My dad was an alcoholic, bro. I feel you, Cobalt. And I knew that's what took her time away from me. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. I know exactly what you mean. Oh yeah. My dad got sober today, dude. My dad's sober today. Thank God. I talked to my sister earlier, dude, and everything is really good right now. Like everything's pretty calm. She's like, I'm gonna take it as a win. Except my sister, my other sister, she's struggling, man. So other than that, everybody's good. My parents are good. My kid is good. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think I might get in the pool, y'all. Exercise. Try and just swim for about 5 minutes in one spot in the deep end. Work every muscle. Because I haven't went to the gym in a couple days. Because when I did, I lifted way too hard. I was sore. I did abs, everything, dude. I was fucked up. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm going to probably jump off and shit. I'll get back on in a little bit, you guys. But I appreciate all y'all, man. I love every single one of y'all. Real shit. My old doctor was nuts. He hated Xmas and said it brings all alcohol. Yeah, it can. Holidays can be a trigger for alcoholics for sure. Glad your dad's sober. Yeah, thanks, Cobalt. Enjoy your swim. Keep working out. To me, like that's a healthy drug itself. Fun. Absolutely. Thank you, Cobalt, man. I appreciate that. Have a good day too, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys and I love y'all. And I'll catch y'all in a little bit. Peace.